this right along because I know I really enjoyed that. That was nice set. Coming to the mic right now, Jeff Reeb has been preparing this all day and couldn't wait to turn on the screen. I could see he was just itching to get, because he's going to do a fun presentation there. Always a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to Mr. Jeff Reeb. Here he is, our headliner.
Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. It's really nice of everybody to take the time to dress up, fight traffic, and make it to the show tonight. Especially my guys up in the balcony. Love them. So let's get started. We've got a lot to cover and very little time. So let's start with some family. You know, I will never forget the first time I accidentally saw my parents having sex. I still can't go back to that website. I've got a brother. My brother's got away with children, and the prosecution has illustrated that very well. My dad's losing his hearing. He's got hearing aids. We had to send him off to get him repaired. No word yet on when they're coming back, so he's still waiting to hear. My mother, she has buried 3 husbands. I was recently told if they find the other bodies, they'll amend the charges. Let's move on to relationships. I've got a great one. My girlfriend is so sweet. She's great. I do fear that sometimes maybe the magic is starting to fade. It used to be I could sneak up behind her, give her little kisses on her neck, and she would giggle and laugh. But lately, all she ever says is, "Get out of here. I'm trying to use the toilet." She claims it's both her number 1 and number 2 problem with me. My girlfriend and I both have previous marriages. As a matter of fact, my girlfriend has worn the veil hundreds of times. I know that seems like an exaggeration, but she is a beekeeper. Phyllis brought up dominatrixes earlier, and recently I had asked my girlfriend to be my dominatrix, and she beat me to the question. Let's move on to parenting. I'm a parent. I have a son. I'm very proud of him. And I remember when my son was 13, he started discovering girls. So I put a better lock on the cellar door. When he was 16, I caught him taking off his girlfriend's bra. I don't know how she convinced him to put it on in the first place. After that little incident, I decided, you know what, I need to give him the sex talk. And that was kind of difficult for me. Normally, I get $1.25 a minute for that kind of thing. All right, let's go to the workplace. I recently got fired as an architect simply for putting 2 walls in the wrong place on a blueprint. That was it. Just 2 mistakes. Where do you draw the line? I had a job delivering pastries, but it felt an awful lot like math. The other day, we took pie to 18 places. I used to be a poll taker. I would take polls. A lot of people get upset when you take a poll, especially firemen. I can tell you, they land pretty hard on that issue. Speaking of issues, I've got some. One that I've been dealing with for quite a while now is I've got tinnitus. It's that solid ringing in your ears. I called a hearing specialist about it. I got his voicemail, and it asked me to leave a message after the tone. So I waited about an hour, and I'm still hearing it. Anyway, I finally got in to see him. I said, you know what? It takes forever to get in to see you. This tinnitus is driving me crazy. Are you going to help me or not? And he said, hey, hold on. You won't keep that tone with me. Which is kind of nice, so he can get it to go away, and he won't put up with any lip. When I was a boy of just 11, my parents sent me to a child psychologist. She was 12. She said I suffered from skepticism, and I still don't believe that. Anyway, hey, let's do some audience participation. Right here, I've got some quiz questions. So let's do a bonus quiz. Let's see. Question number 1. Multiple choice tests are A, easy, or B, all of the above. Question 2. The rarest heavy metal is A, gold, B, rhodium, or C, Metallica's heavy metal Christmas album. Answer there is C. Question 3. Butterflies in your stomach is a symptom of A, nervousness, B, anxiety, or C, being slack-jawed at the Lepidopterarium.
Lepidopterarium, a facility which is specifically intended for the breeding and display of butterflies.
That's Lisa, my lovely assistant. Thank you, Lisa. Normally, I don't like jokes that you have to explain, but you can't buy a better butterfly joke anywhere in the world right now. All right, let's head to our last and final question. If Mary buys 2 apples, 3 tomatoes, 1 head of lettuce, and 4 bananas, how long will she talk about the benefits of being vegan? A, 1 hour, B, 2 hours, or C, that bitch will never shut up. That was a trick question. The answer is actually 2 hours. You got to remember, she's a vegan. She's going to run out of energy. Anyway, thanks again for coming out tonight. Special thanks to all my classmates and Jerry. Really had a great time with this class. That's it for me.
That whole thing really came together. I love the interactive. The whole effect was so much fun. And notice, I want you to notice too, is like, you notice how Jeff would look off to the side and look at where, sort of figure out where all this, like, what was going on around him. That actually made it more interesting. It drew us into what's going on in there. You see, it's like you don't always have to look right out. You can always, he was real. It was like, and maybe Chris Rock should take a lesson from that, because I don't know if you saw his last special. Anybody see his last special? I was like, what the hell are you doing, Chris? And especially for me, because I used to write for Chris way back in the day. I was like, who are you pretending to be? You were just so like you in that moment. You brought us right into the room with you, man. And by the way, another hand for Lisa, who was like, that was a nice little crowd. The whole time, I kept looking over at her window. I go, Lisa Sutton's gone. His girlfriend has left. It's like, she's going to show up somewhere, I bet. Or she's helping him right now. And then you came in. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Really, so cool, man. All the way around. A nice dynamic shift she entered. The screen was nice. The whole, you had us right in, riveted to the whole program. That's why I said I thought this would be great for like corporate events and things like that. I think you're right on the money, man. So much fun, really enjoyable. When you add that new dynamic, it's almost like having a guy with a guitar in a way without the songs. So you have the interactiveness. We're able to see words and do the show at the same time. It's like one of the things we talked about that Leno years ago was Leno was doing monologue jokes, and I'd say, we have the technology now to post up things in the screen next to you. Why don't we utilize that? Well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Just leave it the way it is. It's like, and then now you watch Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, and all those guys using the visual concepts. You have a visual medium, use the visual medium. You totally did, man. I really love that. And it's like, and so just like, Evelyn added the dynamic of the